Hey, what's up guys, Marco here, welcome back to another guitar lesson. Now today I want to do something pretty cool. I want to show you how to play this nice and simple chord progression slash melody. And the cool thing is that this chord progression was written on the ukulele. Now when I wrote this chord progression on the uke, I wanted to check it out on the guitar. So I put the capo on the fret number 5 to have the same ukulele tuning. So now we have, starting from the D string, the note G, which on the guitar is a low G. On the tenor ukulele you will have this note 1 octave higher. So you got G, you got the note C, you got the note E, and you got the note A. So this is pretty much the same tuning as the ukulele. But we have two more strings, the D in this case, and the A. You can play the same chords, the same chords that you already know. Of course, now all the chords are related to the capo. So if I play this chord, I'll call it an E minor chord. But we know that this is not really an E minor chord, it's an A minor chord. But because we're using the E minor shape, I'm gonna call it E minor. Also, because the chord progression was written on the uke, we're going to end up playing a lot of the top 4 strings. But we are taking this concept from the uke and put it on the guitar. So of course we had to arrange the chord progression a little bit. Now let's start with the chords. I think they sound beautiful and sweet. So we have the first chord is the E minor chord, which is played like this. And we are only plucking 3 strings. The thumb is always on the bass note, the index is always on the B string, and the middle is always on the E string. The finger picking pattern is this one. We have thumb, index, thumb, middle. And we're going to repeat it twice. Then the second chord, the D6. The third chord, the C major 7 without the third. And we finish with the D sus 4. We're going to play it like this. It's kind of a nice chord. But there is also a melody within this chord. So we're going to have thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb. And then we have the index on the first string fret number 2. Then the thumb again. And the first string open. So it sounds like this. When I put together the whole thing, and we can repeat the same thing one more time. We're just gonna finish with a light strum, done with the thumb, a D sus 4, and a D major. Now I really wanted to add more color to this chord progression, and don't forget that I wrote this one on the ukulele, so we have such a short section of the neck that we can use. And so I came up with a very simple way to add more color to the chord progression. It sounds like this. So now we have each chord played 4 times. The first time we're going to keep the same E minor shape. And then we have this shape. Now this one could be 2 chords, to be honest with you. If I play this chord after the E minor, I really feel like it's still kind of an E minor chord. So it's an E minor chord with the third on the bass, and then you got the B and the B on the fret number 12. Remember that all the frets are related to the capo, okay? So capo on the fret number 5. The finger picking pattern is the same. I have thumb, index, thumb, and middle. And I like to slide into the second chord shape. So if you want, you can play this chord with the finger 1 and the finger 4. and then slide into the position. The second chord is very simple because we are playing the fret number 2 and then the fret number 7. So the third chord is slightly different than what you play on the ukulele, because we're going to play the C major, so we're going to use the A string. And after this chord, I'm going to play the same chord shape as the E minor, but this time it sounds more like a G major chord, because after the C major, it kind of feels like it has a different harmonic function. So it's more like C and G. It's really nice chord progression. And we finish with the D major chord. So I'm going to do the finger picking pattern twice, then a strum on the D major, and D sus4, and D major. So still pretty simple, lovely and beautiful. Sometimes less is more. You know, the fact that we don't have that many possibilities, such a short section of the neck, you have to come up with something, and once you have it, it's pretty much what it's going to be. You don't have that many options, you can't change it up that much. It's a nice and lovely chord progression. Check it out, and then move on to the next section where I'm going to show you some strumming. Now, even with the strumming, we're going to keep things simple, and we're going to kind of keep coming back to this melody. The section sounds like this. Very simple stuff, guys. We have an E minor chord, a G major 7 chord, beautiful, beautiful sounding chord, a C major 7 chord, and the D major. But we're also gonna play the D sus2 with the first string open. So now the strumming pattern is maybe a little bit more challenging because we have a lot of different movements. So we have the first two chords, down, down, up, down, down, up. Then we have the C, down, down, up, down, down, up. If you want, you can also play a slightly different G major chord, which I really like. Now you can either strum the last chord, or you can play the D major and go back to the same finger picking pattern. I hope you enjoyed this chord progression. Take it step by step, and I'll see you soon.